Hey everyone, this is where a lot of stuff falls apart on my level, but let's continue. For hell.
Kinda wanna try out whatever gun this is.
A freaking flamethrower!
Oh.
That is actually pretty
Okay, why are
happy.
you flat?
Did I say happy?
Oh
I meant
man, who
hilarious.
doesn't like a flamethrower? What?
He
Just
flew over there.
You just applied so far.
Effortlessly found that secret.
I still don't
Yeah.
know how to get that. I just want to flame everything to death now. Ow. Oh no! I ran out.
Oh. Whoa, that was
And I
close.
almost fell down.
It's impossible not to get
Okay, this guy
headshots.
just like flying at me. Oh,
3 headshots.
convenient.
Okay, at this point is when a really big problem with the map appears that I need to address. So watch closely as it all falls apart, and then I'll explain why later. Very confused? Even more confusion. Okay, you see how this is dark? Alright, there was actually a few things that happened here. One, the first thing that happened that went wrong is that as soon as she flipped the switch, I was depending on her to stand there and continue looking in that direction. A lot of players don't do that. They flip switches and immediately expect the monster to fly, to spawn behind them or something. So they kind of like find a corner and get ready. That's exactly what she did, and that's exactly what most players, if not nearly all players, actually do. So I wrongfully predicted that that's what would be the outcome. Second of all, the entrance that she was supposed to go to. So like this is a familiar area where there's kind of that like I've already figured out what all of this is burned in. Um, when you have an area that is dark, it causes sort of a hole in somebody's memory. You could observe this in some pretty interesting ways. For example, I remember a really long time ago, I was working on a Quake 3 map, and I never made a skybox. I just had a black sky, and that was it. There was no sky to the level. And uh, when I asked people what, after they had played the level, what they thought about the sky, they didn't have anything to say. They didn't know what it was. Like, they thought that they did see the sky and just didn't remember what it was. So they like nobody was able to answer the question. It was like that sort of darkness sort of created this, like, you just don't notice it, you don't recognize it, you don't see it, it doesn't mean anything. It's not something that's leading you in that direction. So what ends up happening at this point in the video, and I'll end up skipping ahead because she gets lost. She gets really lost, all because I didn't properly lead her down this direction. For one, I expected her to be watching to this doorway, and that didn't happen. In fact, this actually this actually might be a good idea. This is the most prominent problem with the level during this playtest. So I'm going to actually skip into the dev stuff right now, and if I can solve it real quickly, then I'll be able to maybe get a little bit more gameplay footage for the following battle sequence that occurs. Uh, but for right now, I actually have to solve this problem. So she flipped the switch, and it opened this door, but this door isn't directly facing her, it's not visible, and she flipped it and immediately went this way because she heard the door opening, so she thought that there was a sound in this direction. There was no reason for her to continue staying at this switch. Alright, so I have to figure out, maybe if I move the switch up here and make this lower down and not the bookshelf instead. No, I do like that there's a little bit of leading you in this direction. I could actually solve this problem simply by making sure. So, like in this version, if you play this on ultraviolence, you get a Baron. If there were some imps and some health vials in this room, and the lighting was a little bit better, that probably would have been more than enough to solve the problem by itself. I do like that there is a little bit of nuance. I mean, I'm not totally hand-holding you as a player uh, during the sequence, but I can't depend on the player to be able to recognize that this is where they need to go next if if it just leads them into a fucking, like, dark room with nothing in it. So I need another light. I need a light source. Uh, Perhaps something that's reminiscent of torches, maybe. Kind of slap that in here. Okay, that's a little bit more lighting, and then I'm going to add some. Oh, how about that? Health bonuses. Um, Basically, what I'm doing with this is that I'm pulling out all the shots, like to encourage the player. I don't know though. Maybe this is one of those things where I just kind of need to think about it, because this is something like where if I know exactly what I want to do, it wouldn't take more than a minute. But yeah, making the correct decision is the most important thing. All right, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go with the simplest solution, and that is to not really change things too much. Um, have you do the switch. I mean, this opens up, and then you're let out here with some Keiko, with some demons, not Keiko demons. Why do I think Keiko demons? And then there's sort of a trickle of bad guys. It's almost guaranteed the player will probably be led in this direction. Instead of just having a Baron of Hell that appears only on Ultraviolence and above, what's going to happen is this Baron's always going to be here, and there are health pickups and there's better lighting in this room. So not only is the room better lit, but it's just there's glowing items that even in pitch black which will be visible. And there's a Baron. Now the Baron is important because players will always look and move towards enemies. You can lead a player entirely through spawning enemies, no matter how complex the maze is. Enemies are the best way to lead the player, or at least the most reliable, not the best. So yeah, there's going to be a Baron in this room. That could raise some problems where if the player decides to be a jackass and like ignore the Baron and flip the switch, you get a Baron. Like, other than that, I think that should do it. I think that should do it. Like, this isn't my favorite section of the level, honestly. It it lacks that perfect finesse, that really solid feeling of like I know exactly where I need to be going. I end up getting into some weird combat where it's like you're looking down at people from above. And I'll continue the playtest a little bit longer. This video will be longer than the others, so okay.
See if I left anything behind in
Yep.
here.
She doesn't even recognize that's that darkness,
I don't
that dark
think I
world.
did. Except for that.
Alright, I might skip ahead.
Read about it.
Yeah, see, she goes all the way back out this way. Just super duper lost.
Do I get distracted?
So my favorite thing is that she runs up to this. Yeah. Now watch. She runs and looks right at it. She's looking right at it. Like anything, even just a fart. If I just farted hard enough, they would be like, "What's that over there?" And then like she would have went into that room. But there's just nothing to indicate that that's a room that you have to go next.
Do I get distracted?
And it continues on for actually a little while.
Yeah, I know what.
She lost direction because I made a simple mistake. I didn't make sure that that Baron was going to be in that room, and I didn't put items and good enough lighting. Tiny mistakes can add up so much. Yeah, she was actually like getting frustrated at this point. She was like, "Where the fuck am I supposed to go next? Like, I don't know where I'm supposed to go. Like, I really fucked up." Now my favorite thing is that when she does finally find the switch, she flips it and she's just like, what the you could kind of tell like it was just total confusion. Like, what the fuck? All right. Yeah, watch. She flips this, and then she's like, she tries to leave, and all of a sudden the giant fight starts. It's like, watch. You can just see how like, what the fuck? Oh, I guess there's enemies coming.
Jeez, they're right up in my face. I made a lot of new friends. Okay. I hope it auto-saved before I came in here. I think it did.
Certainly did.
I'm running out of bullets. Oh, fucking rude. I'm trying to get up to these guys. Oh, fuck. It blended right in. Can you not? I still have way more health though. Ah! Okay, I need a fun gun again.
Yeah, fun gun.
I kinda really like the plasma rifle. Ah! Okay, ammo. Didn't even think to. There are those guys up there. Something just died in the lava or something. That was weird.
It was an imp.
Oh jeez. Again with the sliding off of edges. I need a better gun for this. Whoa, frame rate just took a shit for a second.
It's just a video. Alright, I'll end this one after this.
Whee! All I see is shadows. What? What?
Reloading.
That was weird. No.
Alright. Music's off.
Ammo everywhere.
Alright. Okay, I'm going to end this one here. So this is right before what used to be the puzzle sequence is now more of a interesting fight with lots of archviles in undead stuff area. Uh, I'm going to end this one now, and stay tuned for more.
Back from the dead.